Hello everyone. In this video we are going to compare the AQM60 to the AQM65. The AQM65 has very similar dimensions and weight as the AQM60. The weight is approximately 30 kilograms. The AQM60 is protected from the sun using additional aluminium solar shields, which are attached to the main enclosure. The solar shields cover the sides, the door, and the roof of the AQM60. The AQM65 does not require additional solar shields. Instead, the AQM65 is coated with a high-performance reflective coating, which prevents the enclosure from heating under the sun. The AQM65 enclosure is made from industrial quality 1.6mm folded aluminium. Inside the enclosure, the walls are lined with 50mm thick insulating polymer foam to help with thermal stability. The gas inlet fitting on the AQM60 is a 1/4 inch Kynar compression fitting. The gas inlet on the AQM65 is a 1/4 inch stainless steel compression fitting. The inlet fitting on the AQM60 required two 5/8 spanners to tighten. The AQM65 inlet fitting is easier to keep tight, and the inlet of the particle monitor is also easier to access. In order to achieve thermal stability in the AQM60, it was necessary to install fans and ducting inside the enclosure, which helped with airflow. The fans made sure that air circulated in the enclosure, which was important for thermal stability. Air is circulated through the compressor box and then directed to the center of the enclosure in the AQM60. Air circulation is also required in the AQM65, but this is achieved using an advanced system which does not require any fans or ducting to be installed in the main enclosure. The air circulation in the AQM65 comes through a wide vent at the very top of the enclosure, which directs air down across all of the modules in the enclosure. The air is collected by a vent on the bottom and then passes through the thermal management system and is then circulated back behind the mounting plate and through the top vent. The AQM65 uses the same high-performance Danfoss 12-volt fridge compressor as is used in the AQM60. The compressor is held at the bottom of the main enclosure. To connect mains AC power to the power box at the front of the AQM65. There is a separate video on the Aerocool AQM training website which shows how to achieve this. The standard AQM60 and AQM65 comes without the additional calibration option. Both the AQM60 and AQM65 can be fitted with an optional internal calibration system called the AirCal8000. The AQM60 required that the AirCal8000 be specified at the time of purchase. It was not possible to add the AirCal8000 after the AQM60 had been purchased. You may also order the AirCal8000 with the AQM65 at the time of purchase. However, the AirCal8000 can also be added later at any time to the AQM65 because it is completely modular. The AQM60 used a separate gas treatment module, or GTM, to distribute the gas to the separate gas modules. The GTM also contained the pump which controlled airflow. The AQM65 does not use a gas treatment module, so the gas inlet system is much simpler. The pump in the AQM65 is mounted separately at the bottom of the enclosure and is easy to replace or service. The The AQM60 can be configured with many gas modules. This means care must be taken to ensure all of the gas connections are secure. The AQM65 can also support many gas modules. However, the gas connections are simpler to maintain, which reduces the risk of leaks. Both the AQM60 and AQM65 use industrial strength stainless steel mounting brackets to allow the AQM to be mounted on a fence or secured to a pole. The AQM60 includes an industrial microcontroller for data logging and instrument control. The user connects to the AQM60 using a USB cable connected to the side wall of the AQM60. The AQM60 requires desktop PC software to manage instrument settings and to download data. The control module has been removed from the AQM65 and has been replaced with an industrial PC running Linux. Communicating with the AQM65 is much easier and does not require cables and does not require PC software. The AQM65 will appear as a wireless connection, just like the wireless connection in your office or in a cafe. Open up your preferred browser, such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome or Apple Safari, and then you have full control of your AQM65 through your internet browser. For much more detail on the AeroQual Connect cloud system, please see the videos on the AeroQual training website. So this was a very quick overview of the differences between the AQM60 and AQM65. Please go to our website www.aeroqual.com for more detail or enroll in our online training program for much more detail about the operation, calibration and maintenance of the AQM. Thank you for watching.